we are live on Facebook.
Hello, hello, hello.
They can probably going to see all of that beforehand anyway.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Look at here. We're getting ourselves organized.
Yes, exactly. So, Joe, do you want to give people a minute or two to join, or shall I just start introducing you?
Listen, I'll leave that up to you. I mean, we can have a bit of banter for a few minutes, and hopefully, some people will join. Hit me with any questions that you want there, Jackie.
Why do I always get so damn nervous? Anyway, okay, right. So, Joe, while we're waiting for people to join us, what I'd like to do is maybe if you can tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Jo Flood. I'm a business growth and mindset coach. I work with entrepreneurs and I use a system called the Success Principles, which I've been studying for 5 years now under the tutorship of my mentor, Jack Canfield, the one and only Jack Canfield, the guy who wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And
yeah.
I have, he's incredible.
Is he actually like, like I've seen so many of his interviews. Is he really like that?
He's just amazing. I mean, the amount of knowledge this guy has and how he imparts so freely to people in his programs, and the support is phenomenal. So I've worked with these principles within my own personal life, and I've also worked with a lot of clients, and it's the most empowering system that I know. In terms of entrepreneurs doing the actual work, that's one thing, but having the vision and the beliefs that you're actually going to be able to achieve what it is that the vision is two different things. And then the taking of the action is the other piece. Nothing happens without action. So the Success Principles is a really brilliant supporting program to help you get yourself from A to B in a kind of a whole way. It's not just about the business, it's about your life as well. So it's a kind of a, 360-degree program, which is just incredible.
Right. Okay. And tell me, I know you have a history in hospitality. Give me a quick synopsis of how you got there.
Okay, Jackie. Well, how I got there was, first of all, I was in London. I'm from Northern Ireland, by the way. And I went to London I was there for nearly 10 years. I worked in corporate in London. I really did enjoy it. And then I came to Ireland. I'd never actually been to Dublin, would you believe that, even though I'm Northern Irish, until I came to live here. And we found this beautiful place called Creakin Lodge, which became Creakin Lodge Hotel, which I kind of, I suppose, built, developed, and did a lot of work with over a period of almost 20 years. And we started with kind of 10 customers who were just doing, coming for B&B. And literally we grew it into a really busy restaurant. Over a period of time. I mean, we would have been doing things like 100 covers on a Saturday night, a couple of 100 lunches on Sundays. We were flying around the place. I love hospitality. It's like a drug. It's just incredibly fulfilling. It's tiring and exhausting, but the most fulfilling job I've ever done. I love the public. I adored it. We did weddings. We did parties, we did 25th wedding anniversaries, we did parties of all descriptions, christenings, communions, confirmations, we did it all.
Yeah.
And so I suppose I built a reputation as an entrepreneur myself here in the county of Wexford, where we are talking this evening. And I learned a lot. A lot of it was, I had no experience in hospitality other than working in a bar in London to supplement the income. And I had no clue, but I adored it. And it just came to me. I was a natural, I think, in that industry, and I learned a lot. So my heart goes out to people in hospitality right now, because it is very, very tough. It's really hard sitting wondering when your beautiful customers are coming back, and they are coming back. So we just need hope. We're getting there. We're close.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is tough. I was going to say, like, and you had Creakham for about, was it 20 years, was it?
Yeah, just short of 20 years. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I said, I mean, I didn't know anything about most parts of the industry, but I learned very quickly.
Mm,
And we developed a really unique product, which I think is something that, part of the program that I do with the success principles, it sort of gives you the opportunity to think bigger maybe than you normally would, and to
yeah,
really think outside the box. And
yeah,
I think that creativity flows when you're in the flow. So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're worrying all the time and concerned about everything, you can't see beyond the blinkers. You really can't. So
No,
this is one of the things that I think that happens in that industry a lot, where you are just going on flat out all the time, and you really don't see the wood from the trees. However,
exactly.
I'm seeing incredible creative approaches to dining outside, for example. I mean, there's all kinds of wonderful. I think we did that with smoking. I mean, we were able to make these places outside where people could go and smoke within like 24 hours of the ban,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in 6 months it was the most creative spaces for people to use. So I
yeah,
think the same is
absolutely.
going to happen. And I know the industry and this group is not all about hotels. It's about people like yourself with the services that you provide. So,
That's
and
right.
they're all kind of interlinked.
That's
Mm.
right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the group is really, or rather, the community is all about supporting each other. It doesn't really matter if you're, I don't know, you're a vocalist or you are a jeweler. We're all actually within the market in some shape or form, and it's all about supporting each other. But, it's kind of obvious that the industry has been hit really hard. And now they're talking about rolling it out to level 3 around about May, June, they're saying now. So it's
Yeah.
still going to take time, I think, for the industry to pick up again, and whether it'll ever get back to the same again, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't
That's,
know.
that's the $1 million question, really, isn't it? What's it
Yeah,
going to look
yeah.
like? I mean, I think the looking back and going for the way it was is probably not a good idea,
No,
because, like you say, it's never going to be the way it was. But I think it's an
no.
opportunity to be so creative and come
Yes,
up with new ways of doing things. So I
absolutely.
think there is opportunity there. But like
Yeah,
I say, if you're not in the headspace to see the opportunity, it's really hard to think outside the box if you're worried sick about finances and you're really concerned about putting food on the table and stuff like that.
yeah.
However, worry doesn't really accomplish an awful lot, really, apart from stress and anxiety and all of those things.
That's
So
right.
I'm hoping that the beautiful people who come on this program with us here in your group will leave transformed in their thinking, and
Yeah,
therefore will be able to, come up with wonderful ways of doing business that they perhaps haven't thought of before.
yeah. That's good. That's the whole point of this, isn't it? I mean, you
Yeah,
sat down, you've designed it with the fact that the people that are going to be on the course, or rather on the program with us, are similar to the situation I find myself in,
yeah,
where this time last year, or rather last March, the phone started ringing, and the cancellations and the postponements started happening, and everybody's had to sort of focus or turn it around or go
yeah,
online, or whatever it happens that they did. However, this is still the industry that was our, shall we say, focus, and it's
yeah,
still an industry. It's there. The weddings are still happening, and a lot of them have been moved into late this year, next year, and the following year. So,
yeah,
they're saying it's going to be like a V-shaped recovery. So
yeah,
hopefully it will be, but
yeah.
it'd be great now for anybody who's feeling depressed, or finding it hard or particularly difficult. This program, I think, is going to really, really help them. I really do, because I've had a little bit of the inside road on this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you see, everything is really about mindset. Even when businesses were booming, it's a little bit more. The program is more in depth than just about your business. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
going to show you how to put your banner up on Facebook, or, how to send out a tweet. It's not about that. It's very much about creating your vision. What is the long-term vision? We have to get some kind of vision. I'm not talking about a business plan here. We're talking about a vision for all different aspects of your life. And then how are we going to make that vision become reality?
Yeah, exactly.
And do you believe you can do it? And we're going to look at, how are you working every day? How do you spend your day? What do you do when you walk in your office? Are you wasting time? Are you procrastinating? My favorite quote, procrastination is the thief of time. And it's stuff like that I'll be able to show you how to do things much, much quicker, with ease. And, at the end of the day, you have a sense of fulfillment and achievement rather than setting yourself up for failure before you even start.
That's right. And a lot of us actually do that, don't we? We set ourselves up and, say we can't do it, or say it's going to be too complicated, or whatever it happens to be, that's it. That big barrier goes up and we just cannot find a way around it or under it.
Yeah, I think, Jackie, what happens, because it's funny, I was talking to a client today, and one of the things that I do in my 3-month program is that I leave people for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks on their own. So you have to get on with it for a couple of weeks and see what happens. Most people will slip in a couple of weeks. It's really interesting. Accountability is massive. If you have an accountability buddy that you can work with, it's just find one. If you don't have one, you find one. And it's not somebody to have a little chat with. It's somebody that you tell them what your goals are, tell them what your action plans are, and then what are you going to do each day? I mean, I do my Rule of 5 book, which is here, which is a Jack Canfield thing here. We'll be talking about this on the program. And this is like, a worn out book here. And I put down what am I going to do in the morning? I know what I'm going to do when I walk in here every day. I know who I'm going to be phoning. And this is the thing I have found, it's very easy to come into the office and open your emails and read your emails. Oh, woohoo, I've ticked that one off. That's great. Yeah, one job done. But you actually haven't done anything to get you closer to your goals that day. Checking your emails that's just not something that I class as kind of, a meaningful task. You put down your Rule of 5 as 5 things that are going to get you closer to your goals. So what are they? One of them could be writing up a post for your LinkedIn, or writing a post for your Facebook, or it may be ringing 5 people that are potential clients. What are you going to do that's meaningful, that's going to get you closer to that? Asking is another thing that most people have a problem with, and hardly anybody ever says no when you ask them.
That is so true.
Even the really powerful people, even the Jack Canfields.
Yeah, that is actually
he does
true.
An example on his Breakthrough to Success program, where he holds up $100 bill and he says, does anyone want that? And people sit there, and then somebody has, bravely will get up and nearly take his arm off and take it off. And he's literally, he is literally giving it away. Now, I know most people have a thing about that, but you need to ask. All people can do, there's 2 answers. There's yes, of course, and no.
Yeah.
And no is next opportunity. Think of no as next opportunity. Next.
Oh, next. I like that. I like that. Next opportunity.
So ask for help. Really and truly, people will help. And especially if it's advice, or you want to talk to somebody for half an hour, most people will say yes.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things that we will be looking at. But how to do more in less time is a program. It's a workshop I run, and we're going to spend one of our evenings looking at all that aspect of things.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
Boundaries is another. Where are your boundaries? Are people stealing your time from you? Are you stealing somebody else's time from them by ringing them up and mucking around on the phone, or or stepping into their space when you should not? Have a notice on your door if you're in an office that people clearly know not to disturb you. Mm-hmm. But sometimes we love being disturbed, you see.
Yeah.
That's why we do.
Of course we do. Yeah, exactly. I love an old natter, And then we're also covering values and self-talk. I'm really looking forward to that week.
Values are really, sometimes when you're really hurting, somebody's done something on you or said something to you. It's usually they have normally stepped on one of your values. So it's great fun, and it's kind of, sometimes we do the same to other people. This is the big thing about learning all this stuff. It stops you from doing things to other people as well. So you get
Right.
very mindful of how you behave.
Right. Yeah. That's good. That's only
Yeah.
an improvement.
Yeah,
I know
of
I could
course.
probably do that.
And of
And
course,
then we go, and sorry.
limiting beliefs is the other. I mean, how many of us have limiting beliefs about what we can and cannot achieve?
Very true.
Oh,
True.
I'll never be able. It's even down to like persevering with something. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people I work with have, a total mental block about tech. They just completely think, no, I can't do it, but they don't try.
Yeah.
And that's just a simple little example. So it's all great fun.
Yeah. So, Sarah's saying hello. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. We've somebody on there.
I think we've got a few viewers.
Oh, lovely.
So we've been talking away, and I didn't keep an eye on to see
Yeah, that's really nice.
anyone. Yeah.
Hopefully,
So anyway,
if anybody has questions or anything, Jackie, they can pop them in, even if it's on the replay. We'll be keeping an eye on this. So if anybody has any questions, the program is it's 4 weeks. Do you want to talk about the program, Jackie? Maybe you have.
We'll wrap it up because I'm conscious of the time for you as well, because I know you have to go. So I think the thing to mention is to register, to register, and this is going to be a pilot program that we're running with Joe. So we will tailor it a little bit further depending on who is actually being registered as well. And there's also a lovely little bonus, and that is that we're going to have we're not sure whether it's going to be a room yet or whether we're going to have a separate private group. We'll discuss that in our first week, where you will then have access to Joe if you have any serious issues that you can't overcome. You'll have so Joe's kindly
as I said, talk to Joe.
Talk to Joe.
Actually, the other thing as well to mention, I suppose, Jackie, is the fact that everybody who's participating in this program gets a half an hour strategy session with me, a breakthrough coaching session, which is a powerful exercise. And I'm really excited to work with people on that session. You learn a lot that half an hour.
I've heard only good things about that.
Yeah. It's amazing what we can fly through. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll wrap it up. So if anybody's got any questions whatsoever, if you want to participate, go to Success Principles on the irishweddingchat.com website. If you have any questions, anything like that, leave it in the comments below, and either myself or the team or Joe will answer, and we'll get rolling. And it's starting on the 22nd of April at 7:00 in the evening, and it's 1 hour.
Yes.
1 hour.
Covered everything. Brilliant.
Excellent. Thank you everyone for joining us. And if you're watching this on replay, I hope we gave you some information, because tendency to rabbit. Okay, so
maybe just to stick replay in the comments below if they're on replay, watching on replay.
Yeah, please.
Brilliant.
If you could do that, that'd be wonderful. Yeah. And we're going to pop back in on Tuesday, the Thursday before the program, just to iron out any creases that we have. If there's any further questions that you want to ask, or if you want to talk to Joe that little bit more, we'll be popping in on Tuesday around about lunchtime. Isn't that right, Joe?
That's right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay then. So
wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.